Hello and welcome to another 100% human video, my friends. Another guide from the guide series. It's Dark Souls 3 time. Again, I'm gonna go through the entirety of the game, or any percent of the game, and I will show you guys how to kill the bosses and what items you need to pick up and how to level and, you know, the strategies to run certain sections. Sometimes a boss is just too complex to explain it in one, kill. So, as always, make yourself some save games, then you are able to kill these bosses much easier at some point, but you need to learn it. I will not be able to give you this is the strat for every single boss, just so you know. I'm gonna make myself a little smaller like this, and then we are going to hop into the game, okay? I'm gonna commentate along the way. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Dark Souls 3. So, you pick a name. You pick as the class the Mercenary, okay? Mercenary class cause of the Twin Blades. Strongest weapon in the game. And as the burial gift, the Young White Branch. Reason for that, I will tell you later. You go into the game, you unequip all the armor and unequip the Young White Branch, so don't use it by chance. And then you running attack this dude. And you running attack this dude. L1, by the way, on the Twin Blades. Not R1. L1 attacks. The reason is only the Ashen Estus. We want to pick it up safely, because there's a spell we're going to use. It's called Hidden Body. Hidden Body makes some running sections much easier, and I'm just gonna show you how you get it and where to use it, basically. You can also running attack R1 this guy. And then you jump over here and you get your first upgrade material, which is the Titanite Shard. We will need 12 of those Titanite Shards. This is number 1. Plunging attack here. Strafe this dude. L1. Here we go. And then you're already at the first boss, which is Urex Gundyr. Straightforward, easy fight. You won't need a lot of time learning him. He stands up, you give him 4, and then you give him 1 more. L1. Dodge the attacks. I like to dodge it to the left. Another one. Dodge this. Another one. Dodge this. Another one. And the next one should stagger him. Dodge. Another one. Boom, boom, boom. And now it's phase transition. This phase transition damages you, so stay away a little. And then you give him 1, 2. You run this to the left. 1, 2, 3. Another stagger. 1, 2. Gundyr Deju. It's pretty easy, I'd say. And I hope you learn this super quickly. You open the door, you get the coiled sword. After, you got to Firelink Shrine. You just have to buy some items there, and then we can continue on to the first area of the game. So you run into Firelink. Drop down here, and you talk to the Shrine Maiden, okay? Get 20 fire bombs and a dagger. You don't need anything else. You get the coiled sword, put it into the fireplace, and then you get your first bonfire, and you teleport from here to Highwall of Vordt. I'm gonna show you guys the fast strat. For Highwall of Vordt, there's one particular moment where there are 3 hollows and they all attack you, and they have all different attack patterns, so you have to get used to it a little. I always do it like this. It's kind of consistent. There's a slow strat as well, but I'm gonna try to make this a mix out of safe/fast strats, so you have a good mix out of both here. And the first strat can be a little faster, since I assume, okay, it's only an assumption, but I assume you guys do single any percent runs, and that's why I think this is going to be okay if we do the fast strat here. So you kill this one hollow up there, because he summons others. So just running attack and kill him and pick up the gold pine resin. Then you strafe this dude. Always works if you strafe him to the right. You run to the right, you dodge this guy, you dodge this guy, and then you open the door. Sometimes there's this one guy with the axe jumping, but he always misses the frame. It looks scarier than it is. He never hits you. I think in all these years, this axe guy never hit me. Just so you know. You wait here, pick up the soul before, while the knight walks away. And then you run like this and up here. The reason we run up here, it's not necessary to run up here, but there's upgrade material, and I want to show you guys that it is. It's another Titanite shard. And as I mentioned, we need 12 of those. And there's also a bonfire you can sit down at. And you can just reset the enemies down there. Then you go and you turn right, drop down, roll, roll. The reason I do it like this is there is an enemy behind you and he has throwing knives. So if you do it like this, the enemy will not hit you and you'll always be safe. You pick up these 3 firebombs, you drop on this roof, you drop over here on this other roof, and then you wait while you pick up the black firebombs. They're incredibly important. You wait for the winged knight to go past you. Again, the black firebombs are very important, so pick them up. Don't forget about it. And then you follow the winged knight and pick up 2 ember. Okay? The reason we pick up the ember is 1 ember is worth 1,000 souls, which is a lot. You just run down these stairs and up these, and there is another knight patrolling. You just roll this knight. When he does the stab attack, you don't even have to roll, but, you know, just for safety reason. And then you go into this chapel here. You roll diagonally into this chapel, because there is Emma. And you can now talk to Emma and get the item you need after Vordt, but we kill Emma. Because we not only get the item, we also get 1,000 souls again, killing Emma. So I'm sorry, Emma, but you have to die. She has 3 items. And you only pick up the first one, which is the small Lothric banner. If you pick up the second one, you could technically trigger a boss fight here, but we won't. So then you go outside and you run exactly like you came, past this knight. And you roll his attack, and then you run down here, and then you run to the left. And then you sprint past this friend and this friend. And after you did, you're in the arena, Vordt's arena. And now you can equip the gold pine resin, okay? Because you need the gold pine resin for Vordt. He is allergic to lightning. Start the fight, you buff the resin, and again, we want to dodge left side here, okay? He has like multiple attacks, for example, this stab attack, really fast. Be careful, slam, swipe, you can punish the swipe, 1, 2. You can punish the slam, 1, 2. You can punish that as well, 1, slam, swipe. Now we don't want him to be in this corner, that's important. Roll this, punish him once. Roll this, punish him once. Punish him once, a stagger. And now 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you have to roll 1, 2, 3 charge attacks. And then you do a charged R2 on his head. 1 R1. And execution. And after that you can still finish him off. Like if you don't have enough damage, you just finish him off with an L1, okay? I was just not fast enough with the gold pine resin. It worked, of course, but just so you know, you can also do 2 L2s after he like staggers. The most important thing is you do the charged R2, and then after the stagger you do 1 L1 or 2 L1s, and then just use the R1 to execute him, and he's 99% of the time he's dead. You will be able to figure that out. Undead Settlement is the second area. You just walk up on this railing here. And then you roll down and you do a plunging attack onto these dogs down here. Boom. You kill both dogs with the plunging attack and you get your first 2 alluring skulls. You need them throughout the run. You can also equip them already. There is also an item over here we want to pick up, and that's a homeward bone. That is basically to teleport to the Firelink shrine or to the last bonfire you sat on. And now we're at a gate, and behind that gate are 3 dogs. And you can either now throw a black firebomb and kill those dogs, or you use a skull to lure them away. That's also possible. I will show you guys where you can get some extra skulls, so you can do both. What I like to do is I run up to the gate and I aim and I throw a firebomb and I just kill the dogs, and then you don't have to use a skull. If you're not confident enough, I understand that, then you just use the skull, and that's gonna be fine as well. The gate is gonna lower itself. These two farmers come out here, and you just throw normal fire bombs at them. That should, like, kill this guy. What you can also do, you can roll into them. They will stagger, and then you can kill them with L1s. It's perfectly fine as well. You get this item, which is the small leather shield. That's for our parry action in the run. You know, you can parry some enemies. And then you let this guy drop down. You kill him with 2 L1s, and you get this item. It's a bundle, charcoal bundle. And it gives you for 15 seconds extra damage, fire damage on your weapon. You run past these guys. Sometimes they follow you, but just keep running here. That's important, okay? Do it exactly like I do, and you'll not get hit. Open the door, get in, go to the left here and pick up this item, which is a fire resin. And then you go down here. The reason we pick it from the left is that there are these cages, like these two, and they can trigger and hit you. So if you were to go from the other side or in the middle, there is a cage that's going to trigger and it hits you. You pick up these runes, these souls, and you pick up this Titanite shard over here. You can heal up if you want. And there is a hammer man. You roll against the hammer man, go to the right, and drop down here. And there is a lizard. Now you want to follow this lizard and kill it, okay? That's important. That's an important lizard to kill. So make sure to kill it. So make sure to kill it. That was terrible, by the way. Oh, now that we're here with this dude, if this should happen to you, okay? And if this guy invades, like he always invades here, and if this guy is like close and invades you and annoys you, you can get to this bonfire. He's like, you know, annoying, but this is one of the few invaders, because he's like the first one. You can just sit on the bonfire and just despawn him. Good that it happened, so I can show you. I have not showed this, I believe, in any of my guides ever. Like, this is the only invader where you can just reset him by sitting at the bonfire. Sometimes the invader follows you as well, or this guy follows you. If that's the case, he most oftentimes does a running attack and just falls off. And the invader comes as well, okay? And if that's the case, you just bait him over here, and these guys are shot by the giant on the other side. The giant will not shoot you cause, as I mentioned earlier, of the young white branch we picked up, okay? That's the reason this guy doesn't shoot us. And you just jump over here and Hodrick will kill himself, you know? And you get some extra souls, which is kind of nice, you know? And then you can just pick up all these items here. And then you run close to this building. Oh, there is no one here anymore. Sometimes there's one guy hiding behind the door, but the giant already killed him. And you run back and pick up the ashes, okay? Mortician ashes. Give them to the Shrine Maiden, and she will have new items for you. It's like the equivalent of a bell bearing, basically. And after that's picked up, you run through that house, and you run in that corridor and all the way over. So, if this invader would still be here, okay? If we don't kill the invader and you just run past all of this, you just enter this. This is a boss arena. You just enter this boss arena like this and he will despawn. This is always the case. It always works. And then you can just open this door and continue your run. So there is a patrol over there. And what you want to do is just run up here and wait for the patrol to go past. Sometimes there's a guy gets stuck down there at the bridge. If that's the case, there's a bonfire up there in that house. All you have to do is go up the stairs, kill like one of these two hollows and roll diagonally, and then you are ready to get the bonfire there and reset this entire area. So you drop down here, there's nobody stuck, and then you pick up this item, and when you pick up this item here, this guy will trigger. And now you can do the roll strat again. You just lock onto him and you just roll into him and like L1, L1, and then you're good. And then you go a little further and you trigger these two boys, okay? And when you do so, you want them to throw these pots at you at an angle so they fall off, okay? So here and here, and then they are gone. You'll get the hang of it, it's not that hard. So you pick up this soul, the other guy over there will not aggro at all. And then you use one of these young white branches. It doesn't matter what young white branch you use at this point, because we won't engage with the giant anymore. And you sneak over here as a pot, okay? And in this corner are the promised skulls, the extra skulls I told you guys about. Don't move. If you were to move, the dog will see you. And then you just wait for the dog to go back. You hit him at an angle, because there is another dog, but the explosion will hit both dogs. And then you just kill them with the second firebomb. And you pick up 3 more alluring skulls. You run back to the right, and you make it all the way to this door over here, which is the elevator. We just wait for our friend Onion Bro to get up here on his elevator, and we take exactly this elevator down. You get up the elevator and you go to the right into this room here, and you use another young white branch, because there is one of those knights here. And if you use a young white branch and you stay all the way to the right side, he will not trigger. This guy will just chill. Get it? Chill. Because he's an ice knight.
Cringe.
Okay, good. After that, you just use this bonfire, and you can sit down here if you want. And then you need to trigger our friend. You cannot exit the room, and what you want now is a running or jumping attack, this one. And after that you can just run past him, because he will have to de-aggro or go back to his initial position. You can pick up this amber and then just like run all the way without him like following you, and get on the lift again. The reason we picked up the bonfire down there is that we can port there later on, but we have to get some rings now, okay? And these rings are kind of necessary. That's why we get on the elevator, because there's another elevator that is kind of like above the other one, and that's what we're going to take now. And you can now see that you would jump out of this elevator halfway through, but we're going to go all the way up because there's one soul we're going to get real quick. It's a free like soul of a nameless soldier, and then we just take the elevator and jump off halfway here like so. And then you can kick off Onion Bro, so he is faster with the demon fight. There is this demon down there, and it walks around a bonfire. And you want him to not face you, okay? You pick up these. If he starts walking early and you're a little slow, you can hide behind this carriage and just wait for him to walk around the bonfire. And the moment he's facing the other way again, you can just start running, right? So now you can just start running, and he will not see you, at least not for now. And then you just run into the shag, and you will be able to now kill 2 of these with fire bombs. One here, and one further here, like here. And then you pick up this item here, which is 2 more alluring skulls, and you also need 2 alluring skulls now. You need one here for these 2 dogs, because you don't really want to fight any dog. And then after these 2 dogs, you throw another one for these 2 ladies and for the dogs again. And then you get out, and while that is happening, they're fighting down there. And what we want to do right now is we want to pick up Flint's Ring, which gives you more damage without equip load, or to lower your equip load. And you want to pick up these homeward bones. And then you want to jump down here like this. Roll. And here. And then you get the Chloranthy ring, which is also a good ring. Then we're going to go back to Firelink, because now we're going to go up to the crow's nest. And we're going to get another ring there as well. Go to the fog wall, which is a loading screen, and you wait for it to load the outside area. In 3, 2, 1, and... 1, and... Here we go. You pick up the soul, and then you do a tree. It's called the tree jump. You walk up the tree and you jump to the right, and you end up on this Firelink Shrine roof. There are more homeward bones for you, and you also can get into Firelink Shrine on the rafters. And then you walk over here, and there's the crow's nest, and what you drop now is a firebomb and a black firebomb, and you will get a Titanite chunk and a large Titanite shard. And we need that later for our weapons. And there is an invisible wall, and behind that wall is our last ring we want. So now we have 3 rings, and we drop and go now to the Road of Sacrifices, where we left off before we went for the rings, right? Road of Sacrifices is pretty straightforward. There are these enemies, these crow enemies here, but they transform slowly and they don't pose any danger. You just run past, you know? Pick up this, like, soul here. There's another, like, magician crow that usually does, like, this, which is not dangerous at all. It has a fire attack and a attack where it melee hits you, so be careful. It can do something, but it's very rare. And these crows, again, they just transform. Just yeet past those. They sometimes follow you, but most oftentimes it is not the case, and they will never follow you all the way to the bonfire. At least that never happened to me. And now we have to do 2 different things. First, we have to get the coal for the blacksmith, which is used to infuse your weapon, okay? You run down here, and you pick up this soul, and you drop down here. And then you run to the left, because there is one lady sitting to the right, and you don't want to trigger the lady. And then you run past these 2. Roll this little mushroom guy, because he has the headbutt attack, as you can see. You always want to pre-roll the headbutt attack. After you're past those, you jump down here. And you are good to go, because this knight cannot follow you. Or will not follow you. And then you get the Farron coal, and you teleport back to that bonfire where we just were. And then we're gonna go the other way around through the area. Now we're gonna drop down here, and there is like a fall damage cancel if you roll at the right moment. If not, heal yourself up, of course. And pick up this Titanite shard. More upgrade materials. And then we want to equip the bundle here, okay? Because now there's a dog here. You bundle up, you run into the dog, L1 it, R1 it, and then roll away immediately. Okay, that's important because there are like enemies behind you. And then you hide behind this tree. Sometimes they follow you. If that's the case, you just throw fire bombs at them. And if they do not follow you all the way, you can just sit down at the bonfire and you can get one of the most powerful shields in the game. Right next to this crab, be careful. The Crass Crest shield, okay? But be careful with this crab. You have to sit down at the bonfire, otherwise this crab will aggro. So sit down at the bonfire, reset, and then you can go down there. If you don't do that, the crab will attack you. We are going to go and get Orbeck, I believe is his name, right? The magician NPC. There's one hollow. You just throw like fire bombs at the hollow. It needs 3 fire bombs, apparently. And then after that, you go to the left here. You sprint all the way. And there is another hollow here, but you can just run around it. It will, like, see you, but it won't follow you. And it will most oftentimes not even attack. And then you're up here with him. And then he teleports away. And you go again back to the bonfire. You equip the Grass Crest shield, because it gives you stamina regeneration. Just put it on your back. You don't need to, you know, you don't need to have it in your hand or anything. And you stay at this route here. There is a second NPC getting out of this like structure. And then you just bait these NPCs over here. And after you did so, you just run around. If they attack, you roll, obviously, and you rush up this rubble. And then after you go to the ladder, and you slide down the ladder, okay? They will follow you sometimes, but they're just too slow to catch you here. And then you roll to the side. Sometimes they're gonna fall off. That's really good, because you get some extra souls, of course. But oftentimes they just won't, you know? And then you just sit at the bonfire for a moment and then you're good. So now I'm gonna show you how to go through Farron Keep, or the swamp area. You get into Farron Keep, you run over here to this item. This is another Titanite shard. And then you run over here for another item, because that's our last Titanite shard. Now we should have 12 Titanite shards. And we should be able to upgrade our weapon to +3. So this is number 12. And then, after that, you run past these slugs. And you are getting into the deep swamp now. And this is why we have the dagger. Because the dagger has like a frog jump mechanic, like this. And you can just like frog jump through the deep part of the swamp, okay? Be careful here, because there are these big grooves, and they are very dangerous. So stay all the way to the right when you take the curve there to run up the staircase. Our objective in the swamp is to get these, extinguish these flames, okay? That's important. Extinguish all flames. There's another group patrolling down there, as you can see. When it patrols away, you just jump over here, get the Titanite shards, and then you jump along these fires. And there's another Titanite shard. Now we should have all Titanite shards, hopefully. I'm pretty sure we should. I'm gonna check it in a moment. No, we should be at 11, and this is number 12 over there. Let's check it in a moment at the bonfire, and then we'll see. But I think this might be 12. Boom. And then we check the Titanite shards real quick. Oh, it's 10. Okay, then we'll get more somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe, up the wall. We won't go up the wall. There are for sure more up the wall. You now run over here. And you stay at the very, 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 very left side. There's another grue. You gotta be very careful here, okay? As long as it looks away, you're good. But be aware that it has to look away, otherwise it will follow you. And then there are these frogs. And you just run past the frogs. They will jump, but they won't damage you. And you want this item in this cave here, okay? Very important. Because this is going to be our hidden body. You need this item to get the hidden body spell ready. After you ran out like this, you just like teleport out. As long as the frogs don't get the full bar, it's not a hit because they don't have like an actual hitbox. Just so you know. Only if they were to curse you, that would be a hit, of course. So now you throw a skull here, and then these grooves will attack that skull, and you just run up or run past all of them. You run up here, and there's our second flame. Extinguish it. Very good. And after you extinguished this flame, you roll through this, roll up here at an angle, and then you run up like so. You run around like this. And this is like a precise running way or running section, because there are enemies like this guy over there, for example, and this guy over there is extremely dangerous. So be careful. Oh, there's the two Titanite shards. I'm sorry, yes. This one and this one are the last two Titanite shards we need. Okay, now we're at 12. Perfect. So you run around like I do, and this guy will never aggro. Be careful. He has like quite a big aggro range, so run exactly like I did. You roll through this and you get the rotten pine resin, which poisons enemies. We need that later in the run. And there's a patrol coming through, turning around, and now you sneak up on that patrol, and there's the last flame to the left. So you just like slow walk behind it. Okay, that's important. Only slow walk here, that's more than enough. And then you just go to the flame and look with the camera at the enemy. That's important. If you look away for some reason, don't ask me why, sometimes the guy aggros. I don't know why. Like the AI behaves different if the camera is not pointed towards them for some reason. I don't know. Almost done with the swamp now. What we're going to do now is we're going to drop off here. And we are going to kill some slugs here with fire bombs. And there's a ladder, okay? And we want to climb that ladder here. That's important. We also have hidden body now. I'm not going to use it right away. I'm going to use it only on certain running sections. But it's already good to have it, you know. So here, Dream Chaser's Ashes. Again, give it to the Shrine Maiden for more items. And now you're going to use this lift. All the way up. Stairs to the right. And then to the right again. And you can just go over here, and then you can drop down here. Like this, and like this. And there are like 2 lizards. You want to kill these lizards? Come here. Today I have it with the lizards. Okay, number 1. Large Titanite shard. You can pick up the shield as well, only because, you know, it gives you 500 runes if you sell it. Souls if you sell it. And last lizard, large Titanite shard, and now you go back to Firelink Shrine, and now we set up everything before the fight necessary. So, we need to sell a lot of stuff. First, give her all the ashes, of course, and then we will just sell the embers. You sell all your souls you got. Like this. You can also sell, as I mentioned, this shield here. You can also sell this shield if you want. You can sell all the armor pieces if you want. You don't have to. I mean, it's a little bit of money, you know, so go ahead and sell it all. And then what you'd really need to buy is these 6 skulls. For now, that's it. And then you go to the blacksmith and you upgrade your weapon first, okay? So number 1 priority, get your twin blades to +4, I'm sorry. And give him the coal we picked up earlier. And then you infuse the twin blades to sharp with the sharp gem we got as well, okay? Now, you can already go to Orbeck if you want and get hidden body. Because, you know, why not? Like, here's hidden body. If you want to grab it already, you can grab it. But you need 15 intelligence for that. So you will need to level 15 intelligence. We can do that right away, so it's out of the way. And then you can technically just go for 15 intelligence and 20 dexterity. And if you have some left, you grab a sorcerer's staff. And you also grab, let's say, like... No, let's go just for 10. That's alright. Now we're gonna go to the Abyss Watchers, okay? You can already, like, get hidden body in. And you can also, if you want, you can get the staff in, which pushes you almost past the threshold of mid-rolling. And the top right, you can see 29.6. As soon as you're above 30% ratio, you're at mid-rolling. You can level Vitality to push this threshold a little bit. You can use Hidden Body now. It's not that powerful yet, because you don't have the Dragon Crest ring, okay? The enemies can still hear you pretty well. So, until you get the Dragon Crest ring, which is after Abyss Watcher, you could technically get it if you want. You are not that crazy powerful, okay? Just so you know. I also should mention, Hidden Body is 15 seconds. It's not that long, you know? So it's not as powerful as Assassin's Gambit in Elden Ring, because Assassin's Gambit holds twice as long. So you get like Hidden Body, and you when these 2 guys attack, you just run all the way over here, and you can just like backstab this crew, and it should be killed immediately, and you can pick up another Ember here. And then you just run all the way to this tree, and then you slow jog all the way to this root here, and you drop down, and you sprint to the door. Now you're at the Abyss Watcher's door, and you just go into the fight. There is nothing following you, you're completely safe. 2 wraiths down there, they fight the Grus, and you're absolutely good. There is nothing to worry about. Abyss Watcher fight, first phase. 2 Watchers will attack you, and a 3rd one will spawn. He's called Red, okay? And Red will help you. Depending on what he sees first, he's gonna attack. Sometimes you, sometimes another Watcher. He can be very helpful. He can be also completely useless. It's RNG. I hope it's gonna be helpful now. I'm gonna commentate along the fight, and you need to practice this. Abyss Watcher is not that easy, okay? So practice the Abyss Watchers. They're a cool fight, but hard. Buff up, bundle up, see what he does. Roll in, backstab. After every backstab, side and L1, L1, and then run away, okay? The other Watcher spawns, and the Red spawns as well right now. So be aware. Now Red hopefully will help us. He won't. He will probably get completely hammered. Or he just like completely annihilates both, imagine. Dude, if he kills both, that would be insane. No, he's not. Never mind. I mean, almost. That was good, right? I'm actually surprised. Okay, that was lucky that I could kill him there. Now we can backstep this guy again. I wouldn't have done it if the other guy would have been alive. I don't like doing it then. Almost dead. Roll in. R1. Second phase. Second phase is a little bit easier, I would say. For second phase, he will slow walk towards you. You can now throw a firebomb to trigger his AI. You can also wait and see what he does. Bundle up maybe and hope for a good pattern. Roll it and hopefully he gets like this attack out, so you can backstab him there. And then again, L1, L1. This is a jumping attack, you just roll away from it. You also roll away from this. And you roll into this. Follow up, into loop, you run down below it. Backstab into, you guessed it, L1, L1. We can't really backstab it right now, but we can backstab this. And then after that, he's almost dead. Charged R2. Boom, dead. Here we go. Abyss Watchers. Quite easy. Now you could technically, if you want, set up the rest for the hidden body. Because we get now 20,000 from the Abyss Watcher fight itself. And we also have a soul, the Abyss Watcher soul, which gives us 20k. So we're at around 40k souls now. And we also probably need that to set up like the rest of the hidden body strat. So you need to buy 4 spells, okay? Otherwise you will not get the ring from Orbak. You need Farron Flash Sword, you need Spook, you need Pestilence Mist, and you need Oral Decoy. After that you talk to him, and then you will receive the Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring. And with the Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring, as you can see, we are now past the weight ratio. We're now at 31%, which pushes us into mid-roll if we have the staff equipped and everything else equipped, because the rings have weight themselves, obviously. And we can now level up some vitality. Like if we go 2 points into vitality, that should be already enough, you know? We should now have 29.8, as you can see, and that's perfectly fine. That's like right below. And we can also get a tower key, because we need the tower key later on. It's 20k, of course, but, you know, we need it later on in the run. So make sure to invest into the tower key early on in the run. The rest you can put into dexterity again, or into endurance if you want. But for now, I'm going to go full dexterity mode. Running sections, like the one that is following now, are better without hidden body, in my opinion. For some reason, these skeletons just see you, regardless of if you use hidden body or if you don't. But for other running sections, I would say it's perfectly fine to use it. It's actually more than perfectly fine. It's super good to use it. So you just jump down like this, and you just keep on running here, you know. These skellies, they will spawn, but keep on running again the corridor, and they will follow you a little bit, but then they stop. There are these traps here on the ground. Make sure to not trigger it, and if you trigger it, be at the very left of the corridor, otherwise the trap will hit you. These are like bolts that come out of the wall. And then you want to kill these rats down there, and you kill them by throwing firebombs. And then you are Gucci. Oh, I have only 3 more firebombs, as you can see, unfortunately, and I need to invest into some more firebombs later on. We want to get another ring. I'm just gonna show you. You don't have to get it. It's up to you, of course. You don't have to get the ring. It is kind of convenient to have it, but some people don't get it. It's the Karthus Blood Ring. It gives you extra iframes, but it also blockades a ring slot, so it's up to you if you want to get it or not. There are these bone wheels, 4 bone wheels. 2 to the left, 1 patrolling and 1 all the way down there, and you want to kill all these bone wheels before you are able to get the Karthus Blood Ring. So they're not as dangerous as on Dark Souls 1, luckily. You just let them roll past, and then they will do this drift, and after the drift animation you can just kill them. Trigger this guy, and then he will do the same. Drift animation, Boom. Boom. And then the next one over there. Boom. Boom. And the next one over there. Boom. Boom. Okay, then you run into this corridor, and the ring is at the very end of it, okay? You pick it up, and then you spam roll diagonally away. Because there are 2 blobs falling down, and you have to spam roll diagonally away. And now you can decide if you want to use the Carthus Blood Ring, depending on situation, or the Dragon Crest Ring, so the enemies don't hear you any longer. So you get up here, because there's the bonfire we want, and you run past this skeleton ball, and you get upgrade material, or Titanite Shard. Boom. Run to the left, and pick up this bonfire. That's necessary later on. Boom. And you now wait until the skeleton ball comes up again. And after the skeleton ball goes up, you just run down and you run to the left. And there is an skelly over there. Oftentimes it starts patrolling, not all the time. If it starts patrolling, you just hit and buddy and you run past it. It will not see you any longer. And then you are safe and sound. And you are just gonna go like this. And you open this shortcut for later, okay? Very important, open this shortcut. There's something you want for later on. And then you go past this bridge. And as you saw there were skeletons spawning. You R1 the bridge, and the bridge is gonna like fall. And the skeletons won't be able to follow you. And not only that, bridge is also a ladder now. So you can now get onto the bridge and descend all the way down to Smoldering Lake. Because that's where you want to go now, to Smoldering Lake. There is like an enemy here that usually sees you when you run with hidden body to the left. But I think if you run to the left side, to the right, I'm sorry. I think if you run to the left side and if you drop down here, it won't. Yeah, that's perfect. And then you can just use hidden body and sneak all the way through, and these skeletons won't even follow you. That is perfect, and you can, if you want, sit down at this bonfire. For the Smoldering Lake, we don't need hidden body, so swap to the Carthus Blood Ring now. And now we have to dodge some bolts from a gigantic ballista that shoots at us all the way up there. 1, 2, 3. It's always 3 shots. And then it pauses. And we want to pick up some items, okay? Large Titanite Shard. If you run these sections like I do, you will never have any problems. So do it exactly like I. Dodge. 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 Another Titanite Shard. Run to this tree. Just wait for it to collide with the tree. 1, 2, 3. Another large Titanite Shard. Run to this tree. Another 3 shots. Boom. 2, 3. Perfect. Run all the way into the tunnel. And you want to kill this lizard here. Like, chase this lizard down. Okay. Lizard Dedge. And you get a Titanite chunk. Again, upgrade material necessary. Large Titanite Shard. And large Titanite Shard. Check it real quick. We have 7 large Titanites, which we need another 3, I believe. Or 4. 3? 4? 3? I'm not quite sure. After we've picked up all the large Titanite and that 1 Titanite chunk here, we go back. 1, 2, 3. Go to the stump after the 3rd shot. Wait for the 3 attacks again. 1, 2, 3. Start running to the big tree. Manage your stamina, of course, a little bit as well. Wait here for 3 shots. 1, 2, 3. Another 3 shots now. 1, 2. Start walking. Start sprinting. 3. There's a worm spawning. And then you sprint all the way and you start rolling around here. and roll to the right. And now you're in the corner. When the Yhorm goes away, you start sprinting again. Yhormy goes away and you go behind the Yhorm like this, roughly here. And then you use the sit down gesture here, okay? Now, the ballista is gonna shoot you, but it hits the Yhorm, as you can see. And the Yhorm is gonna be killed by the ballista. Which is nice, it gives us extra souls, right? We also can pick up another item where the Yhorm is now. Okay, so far, so good, guys. Again, if you have any questions, please write comments down below, okay? I will try to answer everything. If I can't answer it on YouTube, you can also... Or if I won't answer on YouTube, feel free to get into the live stream and ask there. Yhorm is dead. After the third shot, you run to the left. And then you get this item up here, which is another large Titanite shard. You get down here. You run all the way to the right. And you dodge 3 of these again. 1, 2, 3. Pick up this large Titanite shard. Pick up this item. 1, 2, 3. This is the Shield of Wand. You can use it after a boss fight to get more souls. 1, 2, 3. Last item. And now you teleport back to Firelink Shrine. Because you have all the items you need. Good job. And now we're at a +7. Which makes us really strong already, you know. And now we can also fight some bosses again. 1, 2, boom, +7. Very good. We have still 8k left, and we hopefully can sell something. No, we can't. But we can probably level up one more time, right? 2, actually. 25. Very good. Farewell, milady. Very good. And now we go back to this, and we're gonna fight Wolnir next. Wolnir and the Dancer, basically, back to back. Wolnir is super straightforward. The Dancer is obviously much harder. But Wolnir is kind of like a, you know, very cool boss fight to fight. It's not very hard. So, follow the ball and run back. Because it will trigger the rats and they will be killed by the ball. Then, after the ball passes you, you go back down. And you run past the rats. Get into the corridor where you opened the shortcut earlier, as you hopefully remember. Pick up this ember, 3,000 souls, and then past the skellies again, and past the bridge, okay? Again, trigger the bridge, bonk, so the skellies won't follow. And then now, instead of like sliding down, we go up here, and this is where Wolnir waits. And then we'll go through the Wolnir fight together, which is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna commentate along, make a save game, practice Wolnir a little bit. It's kind of alright. What you want to do is, you want to go all the way up to his left hand, the right side, his left hand, and you hit him 1, 2, 3, and you destroy the first of 3 bracelets. Then you hit him again, 1, 2. He does the swipe attack now. You can roll with the swipe, buff up again, wait for his arm to come back. 1 more, destroy the bracelet, run to the left side and kill the last bracelet, and that is it. You can now swap to the Shield of Wand, and the ring is already in your inventory. And now you get extra souls. Almost 30k from Wolnir, thank you very much. And you set up the bonfire next to Irithyll to go to Irithyll, but not right now, because you can't. You need to kill the Deacons to go to Irithyll. The Deacons are a little later in the run, but for now, we're gonna upgrade our weapon even further. So there is this Pontiff Beast spawning here if you walk further on the bridge, and what you want to do is, you want to buff up yourself when it spawns, and you do L1 L1 on his head. Okay, it's pretty easy. It always does this scream, double scream attack. And you just do 2 L1s and it always staggers if you hit the head. And then you get Pontiff's right eye, which is a very powerful ring and which we can use now on the Dancer fight. Go back to Firelink and use all of these souls you have now. You know, you can buy some resin and level up. And we can also buy a little bit more firebombs. Let's buy like 10 more firebombs, and you can buy this resin, this bundle, and this resin. And you can also buy like 3 more bones. And you can sell the Wolnir soul, and you can sell the ember. And then you can go to the lady, and you can get like 30 decks, you know? Perfect. 30 decks. And for the running section before the Dancer real quick, you equip the Dragon Crest ring again. And then you go to Vordt's bonfire. So you go over here and you buff Hidden Body, and now I can show you the first time how strong this actually is if you equip the Dragon Crest ring and Hidden Body. So you buff it with Hidden Body and you can just like run, you know, past them, right next to them. They don't give a rat's ass, they can't see you apparently. You can buff again. As I said, it's only 15 seconds and you can just like run past these dudes, they won't see you as well. Very powerful stuff. And as soon as you're in here, you can unequip this for the Pontiff's Right Eye, because the Pontiff's Right Eye, as you can see, boost attacks as long as attacking persists. Like, the more consecutive attacks you do, the more damage you do to it. And you can also change the resin to human pine resin, because that's the most powerful against the Dancer. You pick up this base in a vow and you buff, and then the Dancer appears. For the Dancer, the most important thing is the positioning. You want to stay behind the Dancer at all times, like on the right side, like so. And if you're behind it, you just have to wait, you know. You have to wait for example, the grab attack, and then you attack the Dancer twice. And again, go behind the Dancer and wait for the next attack. Be patient, you know. And then this one, attack the Dancer twice. This one, roll both, attack it once. Grab attack, attack the Dancer twice. Oh, base transition for some reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Double spin, roll into it. Twice, 1, 2. Quick attack, roll it, double. Walk this, 1, 2. That's the triple spin. L1, L1, Dancer done. Now you can swap to the ring, and you can swap to the shield to get the extra souls, you know? And then we're good to go. Get the bonfire, swap back, swap to the Dragon Crest if you want, and we're good to go. For the running sections, you can like basically primarily always swap to the Dragon Crest. It is kind of nice to encompass it into some running sections. Not always necessary. For example, this I don't really like running with the Hidden Body. It's 100% basically consistent without. Except for this guy, maybe. Using the Hidden Body here is kind of nice, because he will never aggro to you. And after this guy is done, you don't really need it any longer. You get out of the lift, you go to the left. The Consumed King's Garden is only there for us to get Titanite chunks, because we're gonna get a +9 weapon now after the Lothric Castle section. Just run, you know, just keep on running here. There's no reason to use Hidden Body. These enemies won't even be close. Another Titanite chunk. You go down here, and you go down further here. And then you are Gucci already. You got all the Titanite chunks you need, and you run to the left here, and there is a lift that gets us out of here, okay? Alluring Skulls. Make those ready. This guy will shoot you once. You just go here, throw a skull, allure both of these little goblins, and then you run all the way to this body, pick up Titanite chunk and open the door. These two guys won't attack you. You know, they're only there to buff or some bullshit. I don't know what they're doing. But they will not attack you, so there's no problem here. You can use Hidden Body here again for a little bit at least. Here and there at least. So you're gonna go into this room. You are going to trigger his like patrol animation, and now we are going to go here, pick up this. This is worth 10k souls, and after we did that, we buff again here because there are these two knights patrolling out, and you just wait for them to get out because you can, and then you just go past them. It just goes to show how strong this is, right? An item here, another Titanite chunk. And now you bait down this guy, because here I like to not use the hidden body for a while. You kill this dude, you bait this guy to shoot, you kill this dude, you kill this dude, and then you bait this guy to attack, and you kill him. And then you go down here, and you R1, R1, pick up this Titanite chunk, and there's a guy with a shield patrolling now, up there, and this guy with the shield will patrol all the way. And you can now, like, I think this is a good strat, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is like the even better strat if you mix it up. You can now use Hidden Body here, and then you can go here, and you on top throw a skull over there. So these guys are lured, and they will all attack the skull, and then you can just use Hidden Body and go to the bonfire right away. I don't think they will ever attack you up here, and you can just sit down at the bonfire and reset them. This is like a combination out of all strats, and I think this is the fastest way to do this. Then you run up this armor, and you swap to the Homeward Bones because you want to port back to the bonfire after you pick up this and these two items down here, which is all Titanite chunks. For the +9 upgrade, you teleport back to the bonfire we just picked up. Swap back to the Alluring Skulls. Run the armor again. And then you run over here. The rest I'm gonna run without Hidden Body. Probably you can encompass it here as well. I never did it, so I don't really want to do it right now. You allure these guys, and the archer as well. You run in here, you grab this soul. And then you have to be quick here, because you want to run past all of these dragons, you know? They will be awake now, and they, you know, scream and fire and everything. You roll this firebomb, and you throw another skull over there, and then you just run all the way up here, and grab this item here. And then... whew! You barely make it out of his attack. Usually, I don't know why he saw me that early. That is unfortunate. That usually does not happen. Like, he's not hard to dodge. It was just a little bit inconvenient because I couldn't see him right away. This was stupid, but usually he doesn't, like, see you that early. If you want to be really safe, you just throw another skull for him. You have another skull for him, so just feel free to use another skull, you know. There's no reason not to. The lift you want to trigger for later when you fight Dragon Slayer armor. You don't have to fight Dragon Slayer right now. You can do that later when you're even stronger. And now, you guessed it, back to Firelink Shrine. We picked up the Red Tearstone Ring. We picked up all the upgrade materials. And as you know, the Red Tearstone Ring gives you 20% more damage when you're low on HP. Okay, good. We got all of this done. Now you can sell all of these runes you picked up there. And you can also upgrade your weapon to a +9. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Good. And now you have a ton of souls left to level up. 16. I'm just gonna do it like this. That should be good. And now we're gonna go and kill the sage. You could go from Crucifix Woods, but I like to do it from this side, because if you do it from this side, you are able to set up Red Tearstone Ring, you know? And with the Red Tearstone Ring, it's just easier to kill Sage. You drop down here, no fall damage control. And then you drop down here. And you got your red tear stone set up. Now you do 20% more damage. And then you run all the way to the left. All the way to the left. And then you run right side this tree, right side this tree. And you run into this hole. The dog will not follow you here. You outrun these guys. This guy sometimes shoots magic at you, but it should be alright. And you run immediately to the left here. And roll, because there's this one guy with the pike. And then be ready. There sometimes follows you a hollow here, okay? Not all the time, sometimes. You have two options. What I like to do is, if the hollow follows you, you just log onto it and throw fire bombs. Because it doesn't even get close to you then, if you do that. And then you're basically at the sage. You could also run this with Hidden Body. If you want to run it with Hidden Body, that's perfectly fine, of course. But then you have to unequip and equip the ring again. You drop down, plunging attack, kill this guy. And there is one last magician, but you can just like run down below his magic and L1 him, and then he's dead. So, and the sage is very much straightforward. You run into the fight, you buff up with the bundle. You see what you get. That's the worst RNG possible. You sidestep these. What are they called? 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost dead. Now you run all the way to the other side. Usually Sage should be already dead, but it's alright, because this is still no second phase. You can just like see it's always gonna spawn where there are no crystals. You just run to the other side and then kill the Sage. So it's not a big deal. And if you want to do it differently, you can also do it differently by just parrying the Sage. Okay, good. We got the Sage done. Now the way is free to the Deacons. Unequip the RTSR and go for the Dragon Crest Ring again. Because now we're going to use Hidden Body again for this running section. You buff up Hidden Body here for the first time. You drop. And then you just run past the fat lady. She will attack you, but she's not fast enough. And then you are good to continue all the way up the stairs. And now you buff again right around here. And you run past our good friend, Mr. NPC Man. Mr. NPC with Spider Shield Man. You run up to this point roughly, and you buff again. And now you run all the way. This guy will see you now. That's not a problem. He always goes up in flames, and he always kills himself. So don't even pay attention. Just run past him, open the door, and there's a bonfire, okay? Like the next upcoming section, I'm going to show you how to run with Hidden Body. It is, I believe, easier with Hidden Body. It's still a little bit Monka W, but I would say it's easier with Hidden Body than without, like much easier actually. And it goes like this. You don't need it here for now at the beginning, it's not necessary, but it's a long running section and we most likely need our Ashen Estus. Just run past this guy, he will attack you, but he'll never hit you. And then you drop down here to the right and you just run past all of these like hollows, you know. And the first time you use Hidden Body right around here. Okay, and then you run past this friend here. And you use it again when you're all the way up here. Like so. And now you can just run past the Grave Warden, it won't see you. And after that, you can use it again right around here. And then you go down here. And here. And then you just use it again here. And you drink. And then you go right here. And you use it again here. You go down here. This guy will see you now. And he will shoot, but he will miss you. And then you go into hiding here. Okay? Stops looking at you. You use it again. And you run all the way to the right. Because these guys will trigger, okay? Regardless, but it's alright. And then you use it again here for the last time. After you did that, you can just run all the way now. Like, you can even run past this Grave Warden. He won't see you, okay? It's very important. You can kill this dude, and then you can just open the door. I don't even know if you have to kill this dude. You can. I don't even think you have to kill it. And now, you need charcoal pine resin and 1 firebomb, because you want to trigger this giant down here, and you buff up with the fire resin. And he has 2 attacks that he will throw at you right now. Either it's this double slam, or it is a single hand slam, and you just always roll these, and you give him like the L1 business, and you slowly chip him down until he's dead, okay? Importante, muy importante. 1, 2, 1, 2. Give him the 1-2 punch. Okay, here he goes. You run in. He will not respawn if you sit at a bonfire, just so you know. And then you go in here. You just run past these deacons. And you run to the left here. We're gonna go for the shortcut, and we're gonna go for patches. Here's the bonfire. Sit down for a moment so you get all your charges back. And your blue juice, mana, ashen estus, whatever. And now you use this lift again. Patches is a merchant, and we can only get patches if we're at a certain point in the game. Yeah, that's why we do this. Running attack on this guy with the Dragon Crest ring equipped, otherwise he will turn around and pick up the Lloyd's ring. The Lloyd's ring is 10% more damage when you're on full HP, okay? Important, full HP, 10% more damage. Now you follow the red carpet and you drop down here, or you jump down here to the right. And then we go across the gigantic chapel. And there's this one thrall hanging on the wall to the right, as you can see. It will drop down now. And you just L1 it and it's dead. And then you can keep on running. And you open this door. And then you go to the left. And then you open this door. It's a lot of doors, I know. And after you open this door... Yes. What? You open this door. And you take that lift. It's a little confusing, but you'll get the hang of it. It's pretty easy, actually. There's an archer here. You walk to the archer and give him the L1 business, and you climb the ladder. And there's a deacon up here. Never kill that deacon. He's a friend, okay? He will not attack you, so don't kill it. Important. Roll down here. And then run all the way until you hit that wall over there. There will be enemies spawning, but they're not fast enough. And you just bone out now. They always sometimes throw a firebomb. It looks scarier than it is. They can't reach you. No worries, okay? After you're back, you can now trigger the patches scenario. Make sure that you have homeward bones equipped, okay? If not, you have to buy some homeward bones because you need 1 homeward bone right now. This is why we bought the tower key earlier. You use the tower key now and you go all the way up the tower. And then there's a lift on the other side. And when you use that lift, there's Patches gonna be like, he's gonna lock you in. You can hear like the sound of a door locking you in a second. There you go. And then you teleport back. And now Patches is in Firelink Shrine. And with Patches in Firelink Shrine, you have another merchant at your service, basically. He's up here. What you want from him is skulls, mostly. Yeah, he sells unlimited skulls. And you want to buy, like, skulls. And maybe you can sell... Yeah, you can sell these 2 souls here. And you can also buy some black fire bombs. And that's all we need. Then we go to the Deacons. You could technically fight the Deacons with RTSR setup if you wanted to do that, but it's super unnecessary. So we fight it with the Lloyd's ring. That's more than enough, you know. You go all the way back. And you wait for the thrall again to drop. Okay, you swap to, I'm sorry, to the dagger now. You need another dagger because there is a giant and a deep swamp part. And now you dagger jump through the giant's legs, past these blobs, and run up these stairs. These blobs are always positioned randomly, so you gotta be careful here. After that, there are 2 deacons. Sometimes they shoot you, and you wanna be all the way on this side. So make sure to turn the camera so you can see the deacons, okay? Important. After this is done, you can now fight the deacons. And what you need is like 10 skulls, okay? You can buff with the resin, and you go in with skulls equipped, okay? I will explain it alongside again. Throw 1 skull. Sometimes they throw fireballs at you here. Dodge these fireballs and throw another skull first. And then you kill the first deacon. After that's done, you throw another skull at the wall. Kill another deacon. That's number 2. Throw another skull at the wall. Kill another deacon. Another skull at the wall. Kill another deacon. That's 4. And after the 5th, the archdeacon spawns. That's number 5. Another skull at the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, dead. There you go. As easy as that. Oh, you can swap, of course, again for the extra souls. You can swap the shield and the ring. I forgot about it, but... And then we're gonna go Irithyll immediately. You get, obviously, you get some souls. You could go back and, like, level again a little bit, but it's not necessary to do that right now, I believe. We can still do that later on. You swap back to the Dragon Crest ring again for this running section, because this is gonna be so much more convenient if we use a hidden body here. It's much faster. You get an item after the deacons. It's called the doll or something, and you can now pass this barrier here. Without the deacon skill, this would not be possible, okay? So make sure to know that, and now you know that. You buff Hidden Body for the first time here, and you run past these Irithyllians. And they will not aggro, of course, because Hidden Body OP. You run up these stairs, and then you buff it again. And then you run up here. And you run behind that tree. And this guy patrols, and you buff it again. And then you run past this guy and these guys. And then when you're all the way over here, you guessed it, you buff it again. And then you run past these guys. And you can pick up this large soul of a nameless soldier. And you're good. The rest, you can also run with Hidden Body if you want. It's not necessary though. It, you know, makes it maybe a little bit more convenient. To be honest, I never tried. But it's 100% consistent without, so there is no reason to use it here. There's another room full of enemies, but if you navigate it like following, then you'll never get hit. You just run into the room and there are stairs to the right. You go down the stairs and then you start rolling through all of these objects. And you just run out of the room like this, and then you're good. And there are 2 more enemies here, and they will both attack you, but you just roll spam past them, and then you're gone. You're done. There's no more enemy in your way right now. Spam roll through the water. There is nothing that could potentially stop you right now. Good. And now you have to decide what you want to do first. Either you go for Yhorm, or you go for the Pontiff Sulyvahn. If you go for Yhorm, you gotta attune another spell right now, or no, we gotta attune it in the dungeon, the next bonfire. For this running section, or for this like little short part, you can still use Hidden Body. You just use it here. These guys gonna run down, and there's a dude patrolling down there, of course, and then you just run past the fire witch. And past the little boys. And there's another bonfire down here. And that's when you change from Hidden Body to fall control. You know? Spook. Because we want to do a little bit of a skip. Spookity spook spook. So, here's Spook. Also make sure that you light roll, okay? Because you can only do the skip, like I do it at least, when you light roll. So, you use Spook, so they can't hear you. And then you do just L1, L1, dead. Run past this door. L1 this guy, dead. Now there should be one guy patrolling over there on the bridge. You use Spook again. Change to the 20s. L1, L1, dead. And now you kill this guy. L1, L1, dead. These guys have a life draining attack. If they drain your health, that is a hit. Okay? So make sure that you kill them fast. Otherwise, they will drain your life and you are hit. There's a guy to the left, a baby. Run all the way to the right to not get hit by the baby. And then you just walk here. And you buff again with fall control here. And this is where you need the light roll. You just need light roll down here. And you land on that ledge and you survive. And then you just run in here. And there's another ash we get. With some... like with this ash you can buy resin at the Shrine Maiden and also young white branches. So it's kind of convenient to have it. It's not necessary. If you really want to do it without, you can do it without. You're just gonna wait here now for now. For these ladies to pass by. And then you buff up with Spook again, like this. No? After that's done, you will run outside, and then there is going to be a gargoyle. The moment you pass a certain threshold here, like this, there's going to be a gargoyle spawning in front of you or flying down. And he has certain attacks. Every time he goes up into the air, you just spam roll forward and he will never hit you. He has one attack where he charges into you, and then you have to roll that charge. That's just the timing you have to learn. It's not hard to roll. Just so you know it, you know. This gargoyle can be a little bit tricky. You got this bonfire. You sit down at the bonfire. And then you are ready to go down to the Profane Capital and fight Yhorm. You slide down all the way here. There is now the Profaned Flame, it's called, okay? And you want to use the Spook here again. The Profaned Flame is going to shoot you. And you just have to roll it. And you can also use a Skull for the Profaned Flame. That is possible. I'd like to roll it, to be honest. But you have to figure it out for yourself. But I like to roll it exactly like that. It always works. And it's kind of, you know, it's consistent. So I don't change at all here. These ladies sometimes attack you, so you gotta be careful. And turn the camera. Sometimes they shoot a fireball at you, and this fireball is... You can outrun it even, but just so you know, right? That they do it. And, yeah. Can be close, so be careful. Before Yhorm, you buff up with the human pine resin, and you go into the fight. The reason why I buff up is because I do not use... the Storm Ruler. You can obviously choose to use the Storm Ruler. I like to do it in a different way. You want to stay in front of Yhorm and bait out attacks and then hit his weapon hand, okay? That's a three swipe and again weapon hand. And then that's the double combo again. 1, 2, and again weapon hand. And then you hit him 1, 2, 3, 4. And execution. And that's already halfway there, you see? And then it's again 1, 2, 3. Boom. That's phase transition. Very good. 1, 2. Weapon hand. 1, 2, weapon hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Boom. Almost dead. Unfortunate, but almost dead. One more. 1, 2, 3. Weapon hand, dead. In phase 2, when he does the triple swipe, you can keep following up. That's very rare, but it can happen. So you have to wait until he does the triple swipe. Everything else, he's gonna like be in a loop if you stand in front of him. Like if you're not too far away, not too close, he will just be in a consistent loop of almost only 2 attacks. It's not very hard to learn. You'll learn it ASAP. Make a save game again, and then if there are any questions, you know where to find me, right? It's not that difficult. Or you can also choose the Storm Ruler and fight it with the Storm Ruler. Get like some of those, get 3 of those, and then you are ready. Wait, can we sell? Yeah, we can sell and level up again a little bit. 20 endurance, yeah, why not? 40 is soft cap, by the way. We're gonna go above 40, of course, but just so you know, 40 is soft cap. The scaling is not as good any longer if you go more than 40 dexterity. 40 is basically how far you can push it without sacrificing anything. You don't want to use Hidden Body right now, because you can always run this section like this. They will attack you, but they will always miss you. No matter how they attack, they have 2 or 3 different attacks. And if you run like this, they will always miss you. Always, okay? After that, you want your hidden body charges for this section. You walk here. There is an archer behind you up there. But this archer will not see you if you walk for now. It will see you when it's too late. Same goes for this guy. He will not see you at all. Just keep on jogging. And then this archer shoots you, as you can hear, but it's not that big of a deal because you're already gone. You use hidden body here for the first time. And then you run up here, and there are 2 dogs, and they should bypass you. Like so. And then you go further up, and you use hidden body again, here. And then you run past these dogs. And if this guy shoots you, then be aware that he does. And then you use it again here. Maybe you just go a little further away from them, and then you use hidden body again here. And you run through this entire room of enemies. And you should be alright. Then you drink, like if I use it 1 too often times, but it's alright, because we have an Ashen Estus, we can just drink, and you use it again here. And then you can just run past this dude here. Oh, of course, no wonder they saw or heard me. I forgot to use the Dragon Crest ring. Of course. My mistake. I'm sorry. But it's not a big deal. You use the Dragon Crest ring. Learn from my mistakes, okay? You can just get the Dragon Crest ring on for the running section, of course. And you can, like, keep it equipped. Because you don't want the extra 10% damage here. Because we need to Pontiff to be in below 2000 damage when we parry him the first time. We're gonna have to parry Pontiff twice, and we're gonna stay in front of Pontiff to keep him in a loop of 2 different attack patterns. That's kind of like the short explanation of the fight. You can also choose to parry the opener, but I don't really like parrying the opener. I personally don't like that, but you can if you want. What you want to do is keep the Dragon Crest on, so you do not have enough damage to push it into phase 2 after the first parry. Roll the opener, parry, and then you are slightly below, as you can see. Parry again. That was very good RNG. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pontiff dead. It was incredibly good RNG. Unfortunately, I was not able to show you guys the other attack now. He has like 2 attacks, basically, he can do. The other attack is where he sidesteps, and then he stabs, and then he attacks quickly after the stab. Then he does like a dance move with both blades, and then he does like another attack. And for the last one, it's a flame sword attack, and you roll into the flame sword, and you stand right in front of him again. And you want to keep him in that loop. So he has only these 2 options. And I always go for this one parry there. It's again a training thing, of course, but you know, You'll figure it out. For the next running section, you can get the Dragon Crest ring again. And you need skulls as well, because there are NPCs we have to skull now. And we're going to go all the way to Anorlondo to kill Aldrich. That's our last Lord of Cinder. And then after Aldrich, I guess we're good, right? So throw a skull, lure him, throw another skull, lure them. Then you run up the stairs here. There are Deacons behind you, but they don't hit you. Throw another skull, because they will, otherwise they will follow you. 2 skulls to be exact. And then you can just run. And you also can buff with Hidden Body here. And you can just run up here. And these knights will just leave you the fuck alone. And now you don't need it anymore. Run all the way past these boys. And now you wait here for a moment, because there's one knight patrolling down there. As soon as he stops patrolling, you run here. You drop down here. And these guys can't hear you, because you equip the Dragon Crest ring. And then they will not turn around, and you're home free, you know? You get the lever, and as you remember from Dark Souls 1, there's the lift coming down. And now you are able to swap to the... What do you call it? Swap to the RTSR. And we're gonna set up RTSR now. I'm gonna say some words for Aldrich before we fight it, because in fight it's gonna be a little bit difficult. Aldrich is the next boss that comes up. And Aldrich has a soft cap and a hard cap for his phase transition. The soft cap is around 1600 damage, and the hard cap is around 1800, 1900 damage. If you hit the soft cap and you're still like a little further away from him, he will not phase. And what we want to do is we want to hit the hard cap or get close to the hard cap as possible, and then we bait out one particular attack that has the longest recovery time, and then we just kill him in phase 1, so he cannot even phase, you know? On a leveled run, that is easily doable. You can do that for sure. You just need a little bit of practice. On Aldrich, it's a lot about positioning again, like earlier with the Dancer fight. Aldrich is also a lot about positioning. You don't want to be too close, you don't want to be too far away. It's kind of like you have to find the middle ground there with Aldrich, right? So you set up RTSR, and then you can, if you want, run this with Hidden Body again. You can also use your souls to level up first, as you prefer. But I think we're strong enough to take on Aldrich right away. You run past these knights with Hidden Body, they won't see you. Even if they were to see you, the attacks are pretty telegraphed and easy to dodge. Then you use it again when you're further up in the chapel. And you have to swap back to the red tearstone ring when you're at the fog wall, or when you go through the fog wall. That's important, okay? So you go over here and you use it again, Hidden Body. And you go down here and then you use it again. Right around here. And then you go even further down. When you're behind that pillar, you use it one last time. Now you go past the Deacons here. And they don't turn around, as you can see. And then you can just, like, go to Red Tearstone, swap to the Gold Pine Bundle, and go into the Aldrich fight. So, and what we want to do now is we want to go to the first threshold, okay? So you dodge his first attack, and you hit him. 1, 2. That's 1450 already. That's a lot of damage. Another R1. That's 1700. That's almost 1800. That's perfect, actually. We don't need more than that. And now we want to wait for him to do a certain attack. You know, you have to do a little bit of math on this one. That's a double swipe. You just roll into it. And now you position yourself that you're a little further away, but not too far. And we're just going to wait for one particular attack, okay? I hope he does it. ASAP. So don't go too far away. This is also a charged attack, but that's not what we're here for. We want to wait for a different charged attack. That's another slam. That's also not what we want. It's another double swipe. I'm gonna turn him around now because he's so close to the wall. Perfect. That's the uppercut. That's also not what we want. So you see every attack, you know, that's pretty good. Don't go too close. That's another arrow rain. Run around him. Another slam attack. Another arrow rain. Oi, 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 today, huh, Aldrich? Go around. Another double swipe. 1, 2. 1, 2. He doesn't do it. He did every pattern like now twice or 3 times, but he does not do the one we need. Go around him again. Another slam attack. Be patient, you know? Be patient. There is no... Like, if you're that far and you're hitless, be patient, guys. All about patience. There it is. You roll with this, and then you hit him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dead. Easy. Equip the shield. Equip the ring. Get all the cool stuff. And now we can go back. And then we fight Dragon Slayer armor, because we get like a bunch of runes now, I believe. Souls now, I believe. 66k. Wow. Cool. I would do it like this, maybe. For the Dragon Slayer. In terms of ring setup. You level up. Maybe 25 and the rest into dexterity. It looks good to me. And now we go to the dancer bonfire. And then after the dancer bonfire, we clibbity climb up. And you can also unequip the staff for now, because every piece of weight we don't have gives us extra damage because of the Flynn's ring, right? You remember? So if you want to maximize your damage, you obviously want to not wear as much stuff as we usually do. Oh, I don't have a charcoal pine, like a fire resin now. I'm just gonna fight him with the human pine resin, or with maybe just the bundles. Yeah, I'm gonna fight him with the bundles. Why not? I have still 5 bundles. That should be alright. Maybe the fight is gonna be a little bit longer. If you fight him the right way, and if you have the right stats, you can obviously skip phase 2 entirely. Maybe I have to fight phase 2 a little bit. I'm pretty sure I have to fight phase 2 a little bit. But it's gonna be alright. You jump off this like roof here twice, and then you get your RTSR setup. And also, instead of the Chlorantha ring, I'm gonna use like the Pontiff's right eye, so we maximize our damage. You know, that gives us the absolute maximum of damage here. And we go into the fight. You wait for him to come to you and to see what he does. Also, I should mention, I never lock on in this fight. You want to bait out these attacks and then run around him and give him like, you know. It's like 3 L1s and 1 R1, I would say, roughly. And then you do L1, L1, L1. Go around. L1, L1, L1. L1. And now we need one more, what do you call it? And we got him. That was, you know, he has to do whatever attack, basically. Dragon Slayer fight, the fight you have to learn a little bit, you know, but you don't really have to fight phase 2. As you can see, phase 2 is basically non-existent. I don't know, you don't really have to fight him on phase 2, so I don't think it's like necessary for you to put like a ton of time into phase 2 at all. You can obviously learn phase 2 for low damage runs later on if you want to do that, then you need to fight phase 2 and you need to get like familiar with it. If you do it locked off and do it the way I do it, then it should be no problem at all. This item we picked up here is the key, and you can open the door with this key. And there's a sage, it's gonna spawn here. You have two options. Either you do not parry the sage at all, as we did earlier, or we parry the sage here and we kill it immediately. Like there are these two options you have, you know. I will show you guys how to do it without parry, hopefully, and then we can, you know, you don't really have to parry an enemy other than Pontiff into this run. So you want to buff up with the rotten pine resin, and you run in. And you dodge this, and you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that gives you a ton of damage on the sage. You drink up. The rest is going to be done by the poison. You applied poison with these 5 hits. Okay, just so you know. And you do a running attack on this guy. And the poison should do the rest. So you don't really have to parry the sage here. It's obviously up to you, but it's not necessary. And all you gotta do right now is wait, you know? You can swap back to the Chloranthy ring now, because, you know, it's kind of nice to have even more regeneration. And you can swap back the bundles to all lightning from here on out. All we need is lightning. And then you just wait until the sage cripples to its inevitable death. It's gonna tick, and it's gonna tick, and it's gonna die in a moment. And as soon as it is about to die, you can already run in. There it is. And then you just climb the ladder. You heard the death sound. And then there is this one candle guy. And this candle guy is gonna turn around now. And after the candle guy turns around, you go up here and you lock on and you throw black fire bombs at it. 3. And then the candle guy is dead. And then you throw an alluring skull to allure these 2 thralls. And you sprint past these hands. There are these hands and also obviously another enemy. And if you are in full sprint, the hands will not damage you. But you have to be in full sprint, okay? So you have to be here because there is a guy shooting from the side. So always be in full sprint here as well. But if you are, you will not be hit, okay? Same goes here. This guy, just run around him like this. He will not hit you. Same goes for this guy. Run around him like this. He will not hit you. You can try to use Hidden Body here. Obviously, it might make things even easier, but it is 100% consistent if you run it like this, so no need to use it. It's up to you. And here is the gargoyle I mentioned earlier. You use one of the young white branches we bought, and you just sneak like this at the very outside, okay? You're sneaky, sneaky. And you trigger the gargoyle's patrol pattern around here, and then you stand still. As we did earlier with the dogs, right? You just stand still, so the gargoyle does not see you. What is happening? Oh my god, what? Why am I moving? Okay, the gargoyle does not see you, and you sneak past the garg, and then you pick up the soul, and you run down here. There's a knight to the left, but it won't see you. And there are 2 thralls hanging there. You use a skull here. And these thralls will be going away. Now you have 2 options. You can use Hidden Body here. And you can just run past these NPCs. They will not... Oh, wait a second. Almost forgot. You have to obviously equip the Dragon Crest ring, so these will not see you and will not hear you. And if you want, you can use this lift here. You don't have to use the lift, but it's kind of convenient to use it. And then if you die here for some reason, you can, you know, you have the shortcut. Then you can run this bridge with Hidden Body as well. This is a very good, like, strat for the bridge, because you can just stay to the left and, like, equip, rebuff with Hidden Body all the time. And these guys cannot see you and cannot hear you, and you can just run past all of them. It's like super easy, you know. You don't have to use any skulls, you don't have to use anything basically other than recasting the Hidden Body spell. And then you're good. And that was the very last running section of the game. All you have to do now is get a +10 weapon with this lift. And then you have 2 more boss fights and the game is done. So if you make it here, and you basically have 1.5 boss fights to go through. And by a half I mean that the Princess boss fight is not... I don't know, it's not that hard. Oh, make sure that you have enough homeward bones later on. I have only 1 homeward bone left. We have to buy some more, because sometimes you have to bone out of the Cinder fight, and we need at least 1 homeward bone now to set up a cheese for the twin princes. And you got on here, and this is where you get your Titanite slab, which is the last upgrade material. You need to get a +10 weapon. Now you can also go back to the Lloyd's sword ring for now, because I don't think we need RTSR to kill the twin princes. We're gonna set it up for Cinder, but not for the twin princes. It's just not necessary. As soon as you are back up with the lift and you grab your Titanite slab for the upgrade material, you send the lift down. Right? You send the lift down and you go into the arena. And the moment you enter the arena, you immediately bone out, okay? Press homeward bone and you bone out. That's important. You can practice it before, how to bone, if you want, but it's not necessary. Most people know how to bone. You go in, you click away the cutscene, and you immediately bone to Firelink Shrine. The guy will attack you, but he's not fast enough. And then you can get a +10 weapon, and we can buy some homeward bones. 5 should be enough. And yeah, that's it. We don't need any more items now. You get the +10 weapon. And you level up dexterity. All you have to do is go into the arena and basically it's like a rhythm game at this point. You will do one particular pattern and he will repeat that pattern in phase 1 and phase 2, and all you have to do is play the rhythm game. And as soon as you got that down, this fight is going to be extremely consistent for you. There's not... You can unequip all the unnecessary items already. All you need is homeward bones, gold pine resin, and gold pine bundle. Then you wait here for a moment until this like night passes by. And then you go to the right, into the arena. You enter it, and then the loop starts. It's teleport into Kling Clang. Teleport into Kling Clang, okay? Right here. Teleport, Kling Clang. And you always roll the Kling Clangs. Roll, roll. And it's gonna come closer and closer. Roll, roll. You stay at the fog wall. You buff yourself up. And roll, roll. Roll, roll. And now roll, roll, L1. Roll, roll, L1. Roll, roll, L1. Roll, roll, L1. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. And you just repeat that. Boom. Until phase 1 is done. So now phase 2 starts. Phase 2, one difference, the start. He's gonna summon magic, and this magic is gonna shoot at you. You stay at the fog wall as well, and you roll left, right at the fog wall. There is like a distinctive sound it makes when it shoots the first ball. You wait for the first two distinctive sounds, and then you start rolling. I'm gonna show you. Okay? So it summons. Pew, pew. And then roll, 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 roll. And then the magic is over, and then it's the same as in phase 1. You buff up again. Kling, clang. Turn the camera. Kling, plong. Boom. Kling, plong. Swing, swung. Roll, roll. Roll, roll. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Boss fight done. There you go. Easy. This is just the easiest way of killing them. And after this one is done, you can like equip the red tear stone ring again if you want. And then with the red tear stone ring, you can fight Soul of Cinder. For some of these bosses, I now forgot to equip like the shield and the ring for the extra souls. Just be aware that you have it, right? You can have much more levels than I have if you really equip all of this stuff all the time. I mean, this is enough, you know. It's not like that this isn't enough, but you can have it even easier if you want. Now that you have all the ashes from the Cinder Lords of Cinder, you put them on their thrones. And then you're able to fight the Soul of Cinder. Commentating Soul of Cinder along is going to be a little bit more difficult for me. I'm going to say that straight away. Also, I'm not going to do this boss justice by commentating along, because it's a very difficult boss and you have to learn it. You need a save game for Soul of Cinder. It's just very important for you to do this, because it's the last boss of the run. And, you know, it's really hard. It's by far the hardest boss of this run. So make sure to put practice into this fight. You use this here to set up your last RTSR setup of this Dark Souls 3 no-hit run. Any % no-hit run. And after you did that, you are ready to face the last boss. Make sure that you have Homeward Bones equipped, because sometimes you need to bone out of the fight, right? And now you have to decide how you want to go about this. Like, some people like to swap Chloranthy for the damage. Some people don't. It's up to you, of course. I'm just gonna try it without the Chloranthy and go for the damage right now, and then we'll see how this works out. You obviously have to watch your stamina bar. And again, I'm gonna try to commentate along, but this fight is extremely hard or extremely complex as well, and you need to practice it a lot. So you go in, he's gonna get his sword, and you buff up, and you swap to the bundle. Don't punish this, because you can follow it up. What you want is overhead slams or fire attacks, like this. 1, 2. Overhead slam. 1. And mage face. Nice. Good stagger. If he goes into mage phase, you always need to stagger him there. Otherwise, he will carry on the soul mass. If you don't stagger him there, he will get into the lance phase here, for example, and you will be in a little bit of trouble, right? Lance phase, I basically try to punish 2 or 3 different attacks. When he does these running attacks, I never punish him. It's just not, you know, safe enough. Running attack also, I never punish it. Also the quick steps. This is unfortunate. Ooh! I for some reason did 3 attacks there. I didn't want to do that. But I survived it, luckily. Okay, I did not want to do that. That was unfortunate. And now we have the curved sword. You want to roll away from the curved sword at all times. This is the double flamer. You want to roll away from this as well. Always when he rolls into you, he's going to do the double flame. This is fireballs. He's going to shoot them at you every once in a while. This phase I basically only punish one thing, and that if he does buff himself. If he goes backwards and tries to buff himself. And he's not gonna do it. He's gonna go back to this phase, of course. What else? This is the double spin. You roll into it, and you give him 1. Quick stabs, again, don't do it. Roll this attack as well. Quick stabs, don't do it. Don't do it. Running attack, don't do it. Just wait for the right moment, you know? Wait for another uppercut, overhead, or whatever. Or for another flame attack. That's the slow one. And now you can just finish him off. And now starts the, in my opinion, easier part of the fight. That's phase 2. He's gonna jump at you at the beginning of phase 2. And then you just roll this. And you hit him twice. And then you run away and roll. Okay. And then you roll further away because there's going to be an explosion. And you just wait what happens next. Running attacks, you can punish those. Jumping attacks with one hand, you can punish that as well. With both hands, you can. Roll sideways. That's the quick attack. You can't punish that either. You can't punish that either. Nope. You can roll into this. Punish him. Can't punish that. Now he's going to the flurry again. After this, he's most likely going to jump backwards. And he's going to do the... yeah, the lightning attack. It's pretty normal. Now you run a little away and you run sideways. And you roll sideways. And then you wait what he does next. Nope. 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 Can punish that. Can punish that. Roll into this. Roll into this. And roll into this. Nope. 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 Okay, this looks good. Now he's most likely gonna jump back again. He does not. Now he's gonna jump back. And there it is, guys. Congratulations. You just beat your first any percent hitless on Dark Souls 3. Very good, very good. That was a tough Cinder fight, not gonna lie. He didn't give us like good RNG here. Yeah, that's basically it for Dark Souls 3. If you have any questions, again, please make sure to tell me about it down below in the comments or on Twitch or on YouTube. I'm almost live every single day. So, you know, feel free to ask. Sekiro is going to follow next week. And then we're going to do Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2 and the rest. And after that's done, the basic any percents, I'm going to dive into more specific runs like pyromancy only or sorcery only or a weapon only or whatever. And we're going to go through that slowly, okay? I'm going to try to make more guides and I'm going to try to make them like really easy to understand. I hope you guys enjoy watching this. If that is the case, make sure to hit the subscription button here or on my Twitch channel, the follow button maybe. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it helped. Love you. Say it back. Tschüss.